Glad to have you with us from Tampa, Raymond James Stadium, as we are set for a showdown in the ReliaQuest Bowl. There's nothing quite like wrapping up a regular season with a bowl victory. It just leaves a good taste in your mouth going into the offseason. As we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, taking on the 17th ranked team in the land, the Rice Owls. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Kickoff team is out there ready to get this bowl game underway. He'll return it. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets offense will get the first crack at it here. When this guy comes onto the field, David, he seems to bring the it factor with him.
So much fun as a play caller to have a guy you depend on, you trust. You know, Palmer, you're going to get the best out of this young man.
He's also one of those guys, David, who just elevates everybody else around him, right? All 10 guys in that huddle offensively just seem to play better knowing they've got confidence in this guy.
They'll run it from the gun. Moves it out to the 34-yard line. A nice 15-yard gain on that one. And the Yellow Jackets want to pick up the tempo. Off the play fake on first down to throw. What a job to lay out and make the catch. He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. Looking downfield, it's Gore. Fires to the middle. Got his man downfield. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26. The Yellow Jackets have it with a 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs after the completion. They'll run it from the gun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After that last loss, it's 2nd and 12. Right back to him on the ground. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Let's see what they've dialed up on 3rd and long from the 22. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly.
3rd and short in college football today. You see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
And it's right down the boulevard. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
I know one thing this head coach does every week is he challenges his guys to start fast. It's so important today, playing on the road in this kind of environment. You saw a nice drive. They didn't get the touchdown they would have loved, but still, kicking that field goal and taking this early lead, that's a statement for the visiting team.
After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Owls offense will take the field for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Give to the back. Good, solid tackle.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the offense was going to be able to dig themselves out of this hole, but on 2nd and California, they dial up the running play, now setting up 3rd and short.
3rd down after the run. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the 1st down.
That is how it's done on 3rd down and short. No doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the 1st down.
If you really want to simplify football, the low man wins. That time, the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
He'll try to do it himself. Nothing but green ahead. He stepped out of bounds after a huge play, but hang on just a second. Defense might get bailed out here by a flag. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense getting set for 1st down. Throws for the tight end. And that pass picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. Back to pass, it's Gore. He's in a world of trouble, and down he goes. A catastrophic loss on that play. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Handoff from the gun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
He gets it away from his own end zone. On the return, it's Dennis. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
It's caught downfield. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. And he's got it! Who gives a hoot? The Owls do! It's a touchdown!
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing in the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
That last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And the Yellow Jackets will hustle to the line. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. And that last run leaves him with a 3rd down. Will they keep it on the ground? They'll try to get the first through the air. And it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
What a massive play for the offense. And sometimes when you're calling it deep in your own end, you're expecting man coverage or at least a one-on-one to the outside of the field, and that's what they had. The quarterback put air under it. The receiver shows off his speed. They make the catch, and it's not just a big first down. It's a touchdown. That is a momentum-changing play.
And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. We'll see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
They'll run it from the gun. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. Finds his big tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. Skips away from pressure. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. This Rice offense has a nice-looking drive going. Off the play fake on first down to throw. They're working that left side. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Owls! How about the renaissance of the tight ends? Inline, flexed out, split out. They can do a little bit of everything.
They really can, and they're asked to block a lot of the times, too. But I'll tell you what, all the wide receivers out wide, the fancy toys, the fancy spread. Forget about that tight end. He does a little bit of everything, and then you reward the big fella throwing the ball, and he catches, so he really can do a little bit of everything in an offense.
Bringing it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. It's complete. And they'll move the chains, and a good way to wrap up the first quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, guys, and Rice has the lead. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. First down to start the drive after the break. Using the quick game. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. The Yellow Jackets are in the hurry-up. The play-action fake. They're trying to get to him. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. They want to just keep throwing it. He finds his man, and he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And the Yellow Jackets send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So on this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Quarterback extends the play. Still on his feet at the 45. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And the Owls come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. Tosses it incomplete. David, given the fact that you are a devoted helmet head, I'm not sure that you're aware there are a lot of other festivities around the bowl game. Did you ever experience any of that?
Of course I'm a helmet head. Yeah, spot on. Agree with that. But here's the thing. We did a meat-eating contest at the Outback Bowl my senior year. Which squad could eat more steak from Outback? It was absolutely amazing. So I experienced that in all of its glory.
He's got the tight end. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run play action. Throws to the tight end. He's got it. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. It's complete to the left. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Let's see if Rice can get it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Owls! The AT unit on the field. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up.
Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right?
And he breaks into the open. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. What a catch and run for 6.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. It's complete to the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. One thing I've noticed from talking to coaches about their approach to bowl games is how many of them use it as a springboard for next season. They try to focus on developing some of the new guys, maybe, that have joined them for the bowl practices.
I mean, you get 15-plus extra practices. You start to play and experience more as young guys. The older guys get a little bit more rest. But, yeah, you're building the future. You're building the foundation. You're working on your technique. And you know what? You also get to have some fun. I think that's important for team building is having fun at your location, doing the different things together to start to build that unity that will make a big difference in the future.
Yeah, there's a saying in college football that your freshman year when you get to bowls.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting us out.
Tackled immediately after the catch. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. He makes a catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Rice.
Yeah, And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And with the extra point, we have a 28-17 ball game. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the third quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
He makes a catch. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big kickoff and a first down for this offense. New set of downs after that completion. Wants to throw on first down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back, you get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. And before they can kick it, the receiving team's going to call a timeout. The Yellow Jackets will punt this one away. Makes a move. And the returner will be knocked down. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that?
Gonna take a shot. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rice.
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not 1, not 2, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll start this drive with a pass. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air, it's Gore. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down? Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the Yellow Jackets decide to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Oh, the sweet spin, and he's free. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Unloads to the wideout. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on the schedule.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Quarterback will audible. He's looking for a man on second down. Hit as he throws. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground. He's already thrown a couple of TDs. The only way you're going to stop that is with good quarterback pressure.
Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Reese, 2 quarters in the books in the ReliaQuest Bowl. A couple of teams who have battled their way here, looking to bring home some hardware for the trophy case. Toughest job inside that stadium right now might just be the scoreboard operator after all those first downs and touchdowns. Big plays have defined this one, thanks to 2 of the best receiving corps in all of college football. Let's see if these defenses can adjust and make the necessary chess moves. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the conclusion of the ReliaQuest Bowl.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. The Yellow Jackets will kick it off to start the second half. From inside the 10, here he comes. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting in the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
He's got his man, and he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to playmakers.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Owls come to the line with a new set of downs. He caught it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Little too much juice on that one from the junior.
This quarterback is having a day, man, and right there he was looking for touchdown pass number 5. He has been dialing it up. He's been throwing.
Touchdown, Rice! And the pummeling has started.
And the running back gets his second rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, Davey. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together.
Flying out to the left. The 40. Past the 30. 10. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision. Shows you speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. Feeling some heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. After the misfire, now on second down. Trying play action. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and could collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attempt.
Fires it into traffic, and it's picked off. Taking it the other way. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And when it's third and so long, it's very predictable. I'm bringing more DBs on the field. I'm bringing more speed. I know you're going to pass the football. So offenses have to be aggressive. They have to take shots. They did it there. The defense.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36th.
Well, just nothing happening that time for the QB, right? RPO keeps it. He's trying to throw. Nobody there. He tries to buy time, getting out to his right-hand side, but the defense took everything away and just forced the quarterback to have to eat the football.
Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35. And the Yellow Jackets moving quickly to the line. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the ball is intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Owls! And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he did the pick six.
These guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Hammers ahead for a yard out to the 12. They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the first down here. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. The Yellow Jackets will have it 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Coming after him. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. After the incompletion, it's 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Gore. Quickly complete. At the 35, he's open. Afterburner's coming. The 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. Got his man quickly.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
It's caught. He is having a day. Already visited the end zone 3 times, and he might get back there again soon, David.
I mean, just crazy. He's getting open. They haven't had an answer for him. You think at some point you go, all right, he's not going to beat me anymore, but the defense continues to give up yards, and he is like, yes, please.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
And it's really nice to have a workhorse running back that you know you can feed and get productive gain after gain. Now over 100 yards. You've already got some separation on the scoreboard. I would continue to feed this workhorse.
They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down. Set up for second and short after that completion. He's looking to throw. The pocket starts to collapse. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown Owls! And the route is on. If this dude were a kitchen knife, you would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chains. Picked off. Looking for more room. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and the ball's slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Right back to the well. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown Owls! And the beatdown has ensued. He makes his way into the end zone for the 50th time in his career.
Man, what a mark to hit. A guy that's so good with the football in his hands. A guy that every single week you know this guy's going to touch the football. And when he gets near the end zone, Palmer, you still know he's going to get it, and he still punches it in.
He's the unstoppable force. It doesn't matter what defenses have done throughout his career. This guy finds a way to make people miss, to run away. He's got all the tools you look for in an outstanding running back.
Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Going up top on first down. He's got it down the middle. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. We've reached the end of the quarter, guys, and Rice has the lead. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the third quarter stats. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. Gets it out fast. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. You know, don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
Last play didn't go as planned. Now 2nd and 10 from the 26. He'll just keep slinging it. They're bringing heat. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
How about this defense? No mercy. Like, listen, I know we're up big, but they are still hunting, still flying around, still chasing, still making life really miserable for this offense.
On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's pass, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy at second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On second down, he'll let it fly. Gets it out quickly. Touchdown, Owls! And the stomping has commenced.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conservative. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently, their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Makes his connection. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down.
Hold it.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Here comes the offense on second down. Dropping back, it's Gore. Quick strike complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Quarterback moving. He's going to run it. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And the Yellow Jackets will punt it away on fourth down. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Inside the 30. And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game. That big play really has them in business. It's 1st and 10 from the 11. He's got it and still on his feet. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
With jet sweep pass. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Rice will try to move the chains on 4th down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the run. He didn't make it. They'll have to give up the football, and hope is still alive. This offense is so deep in the hole, it looks like the end zone's at the end of the earth. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Got him downfield. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. They'll snap it from the 26 on 1st down. He wants to throw. Finds his back in the middle. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Now on second down after the short completion. Back to throw, it's Gore. Fires to the right. Finds some fresh air. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together and maybe even get lucky with an onside kick.
Trying to make magic with his feet. They'll wrap him up, and he didn't find the same kind of running room this time as he did on the previous play. Quarterback empties his backfield. Wants to fire on second down. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third down, he drops to throw. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's picked off for the fourth time today. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense. Line gets set, first down. Motion from the offense. Little touch pass to the receiver. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
They are in no mood to show any mercy as they keep flexing their muscle on offense.
Up big in the fourth quarter, and you just keep taking shots down the field. That tells you something, okay? You can take what you want from it, but this offense definitely not interested in running clock, interested in making a point.
2nd and 10 after the previous play. They could have used a little bit more there. Picked up a 3. It's 3rd and 7. Well, we are winding it down, guys. Only a few more plays left in this season. Also wrapping up a really outstanding performance for this offense.
Yeah, and they're sending out the seniors on the right foot. Guys, we've seen a lot of great football. There have been so many tremendous moments and individual efforts, David. This is a year in college football I know I'll never forget.
Won't forget it. Loved working with you guys. Loved being in the booth. Loved covering these football games. And I'll tell you what, a lot of excitement in college football surrounding the sport, man. Let's just keep loving on it.
He's got his man, and he's down right there. Picked up a few, but still some work to do to get a first down. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Looking to throw on second down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. He makes a grab. Who gives a hoot? The Owls do. It's a touchdown. And the punishment has been extended. And with that touchdown, I would say this one is out of reach.
It is out of reach. A lot of coaches pull their starters, start to build some of that depth, put some other guys in. But listen, keep playing, keep executing. Their job is stopping.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he's going to bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with... And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26. Looking for a productive play on first down. Fast motion from the offense. Quick pass on the jet motion. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. The offense will use a timeout with 25 seconds left.
That's that's a really good job by the defense, reacting to what they see. They see the quarterback flip it forward on the touch pass. Now I got to go get it, right? Corral that football. He picked up some yards, yeah, but you didn't give up that big.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Owls! And the pummeling has started. There is time on the clock. If there is time on the clock, there is time to put more points on the board. I mean, the scoreboard operator needs to work out too, right?
Yeah, and I guess he's been getting it, and the defense's job is to stop. But I would argue, Reese, you can just take a knee. If you take a knee, run the clock, you still get out of here, and you still get the win.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Gore. Pressure coming. Got his man out of the backfield. And he'll be run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Not a very productive play there. They'll try to put it in drive this time on second down from the 22. He's looking to throw. It's complete on the right side. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Blasted as he lets it go. Falls incomplete. They fought to the final whistle, but that's going to do it. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your uni. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This is a great team, and they proved it. Just domination from start to finish.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.